Hello, everybody. How's it going? It's me with another live stream. I know it's been a bit since I've been able to do a live stream or really any series of videos. Um, of course, I'll put this out there in front at the beginning of it. For those who may or may not know, I've been dealing with a lot of going on with my health over the last couple of weeks, but I'm on the better side of the men now, so I have an opportunity to come in and really get in and start drawing again. So I wanted to kind of come back and bring that back through. Now, just to let you know, the way I'm going to do this is real simple. I'm just going to be drawing on a comic page I'm working on for the comic I've been doing. I told myself this year that my goal is to produce a small comic. So I wanted to do that this year. And so that's what I'm working on. And so once I get that done, hey, Jessica Animates, how are you? I'm going to do everything I can, by the way, guys, to try to make sure I respond to your comments direct as you do them. If something happens and I miss them, I will make sure to go through the comment section when I go through, and when I go through after the video is over. I'll make sure that I comment on the things because I don't want to. I want to always make sure to get back to your comments, guys. It's funny. Uh, Thank you for worrying, Corinda. Hey, how's it going? I've actually been out of the hospital a full week, so I'm thankful for that. But I'm just on the mend. There's medicine I'm having to take now, and so I'm having to take that medication daily. And I've got my first doctor's visit Monday, so I'll see my doctor, and they'll evaluate me, evaluate where I am, and then that way we can see what we need to do to make any adjustments we need to make. Because of course they're looking at making sure that that I'm not getting any worse, so to speak. Not only with the stuff going on in my stomach and everything, but as far as there were issues with blood pressure that they were concerned about, and so they really wanted to check that and just make sure that my blood pressure was better. Corinda, yeah, I'm glad to be feeling better too. Um, Trust me, I it was pretty scary. I think the thing that helped me get through a lot of it, besides my faith, was just good family and people that were in constant contact with me the whole time. Just wanted to make sure I was doing all right. My family of faith, my real life family as well. They were really involved. They called on a pretty regular basis. It's funny because sometimes people would be trying to get a hold of me, and other people would be talking to me. So I couldn't get a hold of them. They'd be like, "Well, what happened?" I'd be like, "Oh, I was on the phone with my mother. I was on the phone with my sister, or whatever." So thank you guys very much for your concern. I know I was able to show up in some live streams and stuff. Sometimes I didn't talk much because I was high up on medicines. I didn't speak a whole lot because I didn't want to say something on a video that was just dumb. And then there were times where I couldn't get in on videos either because they were doing blood work or I was trying to get sleep. Anybody that's been in a hospital for any period of time knows sleep is not the thing you get when you're in the hospital. So can't stay long, but you are amazing. Hope that nothing bad happens. Thank you so much, Jessica. I appreciate you stopping in. I know you said you can't stay. That's fine. God bless you as well, Jessica. Take care. Hope you're having a wonderful night. Um, One of the other reasons I decided to stream tonight was because normally S Comic Maker would be streaming, but she has been dealing with some issues health wise, so she wasn't able to do a video yesterday or stream. So I wanted to come on. Um, I, One thing about streaming, especially when you have art, when you have channels that are doing a lot of some of the similar stuff that you're doing, you don't want to come in and there is no such thing. If I was an inventive type that could go in and invent stuff for like people, in a perfect world, I would invent a bed that uh, hospital bed would be more comfortable to sleep in. I know you can't totally be a super safe bed, but I mean, enough to say the least to get a good night's sleep. When you're in the bed, when you're in a hospital for a week, that's even harder because then, of course, it's like, oh, okay, hey, I finally got to sleep, and then they're waking you up for blood work at 3:30 in the morning. So that's no good. I'm not a fan of that. But I'm on the other side of it, and I'm thankful to God for good health, better health. I've had to change up my diet a little bit. I'm going to do more of a low sodium based diet. So I had to kick all my salt out and everything. But I'm feeling a whole lot better. Of course, and I'm feeling a whole lot better, not just because of the eating, but also because of the medication. It's helping bring the blood pressure down and helping deal with the issues in my stomach as well. That's what it is. The idea is real simple. What I wanted to do was do kind of an anthology type book. Even though I'm the artist doing all the stories, I want to kind of do something where instead of it just being, a comic book with one big overarching story type thing, I wanted to do a smaller thing where we got like 2 or 3 stories in the book. And so my first one that I'm working on now, I've got several pages done already. I can't show all the pages because, of course, when it comes out, hoping people will buy it, so I don't they're all there. But anyway, this one is the first part of the series, and it's basically the idea. It's a children's book I wrote a while back called "Obviously Santa's a Spy." It's a mission with Santa Claus and some of his friends and pencil ninjas along with him. Reason for that is twofold. One, because pencil ninja is learning to be a better agent, and Santa Claus is teaching him how to be one. So that's kind of one of the reasons there. But there are other reasons that I don't want to go into just yet because those are things for future stories that I want to work on. So, this is a moment I'm drawing this, and this is a moment where Pencil Ninja is about to unleash a ferocious punch on a bad robot that is showing up. So that's kind of what this idea is here. That's what I'm working on. This charged punch for him. This is over, and there'll be a little bit of a funny surprise on the next page there, or what'll happen after that. Pencil Ninja is using a lot of power to pull off this attack. So if you ever watched like anime or different things like that, you kind of get an idea what probably will happen page over once this is done. So don't want to give that all away, but just so you're aware. So I just want to draw on this so you guys can see some of it. This is probably going to be a shorter live stream than I usually do. I want to possibly do a live stream tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening early and do one where I'm going to move this down a little bit. I'm so focused on this bottom panel, but you're seeing all this other stuff above it. I'm going to scooch that down a little bit so you can see it better. There we go. Anyway, so I want to probably do a live stream tomorrow. I want to continue the drawings I was doing for the Umbrella Academy because I started with the Umbrella Academy a while back, and I only was able to really do one because I realized when I started doing that, I was like, well, maybe, the series hasn't really dropped on Netflix yet. I think I did it about a week before the series dropped. So I was like, well, what if I do this and then people want to watch this series and I've spoiled stuff for them? So I decided to hold off on the rest of them. And then I got sick. So, but what I want to do is go ahead and work on one of the other characters that is on the Umbrella Academy and start finishing out that so you can kind of see. My goal in that video series is to basically the story from the aspect of the comics that maybe is a little bit different from the show because they did deviate in some ways from the show. I don't want to be like, oh, look at this. I'm not a purist. I love the way they did it. I just, want to let people know there's a way that they did it and how the story went beforehand so that way they can see kind of what's going on. So anyway, I'm just doing some shading, picking that up. I need to make sure all my ink pens are going. Probably should have done that before I started the video, huh? You have to forgive me for this one. I'll be back in better form soon, I promise, guys. All right, how's that coming? Is that going to be pretty good? Okay, so here. Have some lighter there. With that better gray tone there over the top. Oh, it's okay. I was telling somebody yesterday I wish there was a way I could get like a bachelor's degree in comic book art, comic book stuff, because I have to go around the world teaching other people that know a lot more than I do. but I would enjoy the opportunity to try. So, gonna do a little bit more shadow work here. And that page there. I didn't realize I've already been on for 10 minutes, just doing this one panel. Yeah, they don't give out master degrees in comic book knowledge, man. They really don't. I wish they did. That'd be great, because then I could just be like, Dr. Holland's going to come talk to us about the importance of X-Men on culture and society. I could talk about how when the X-Men were originally created, um, it's kind of a symbolism of racism in America, and kind of how mutants were representative of black people. And you could even talk about, for example, how Professor Xavier and Magneto were parallels to Malcolm X and Dr. Martin Luther King on their philosophy. So you could talk about that. That'd be cool, huh? Stan Lee, and it's funny, a lot of people say, well, Marvel Comics, man, they did and didn't do a lot of things. I'm like, well, first of all, wish they would do one on after Xena and the Doctor. Yeah, there are people. I know a few people who are like Doctor Who savants, and they've told me stuff about Doctor Who that had they not told me, I would have missed. So, I mean, I don't know nearly as much about Doctor Who as I know about comics, although I've learned a lot over the one who watched Doctor Who. And so I did, because I'm a good friend, Not a perfect friend, but I'm a good friend. So I got to learn a lot about Doctor Who for that. So that was pretty awesome. Because I got to watch all of the modern Doctors pretty much, up to the newest one, up to Jodie. And I really appreciate her and the way she kind of keeps with certain things from the character, but at the same time she does it her own way. So that's something I like. That's something I think is awesome. So there's my Doctor Who spiel. I actually was on a phone call with a customer the other day talking about Doctor Who, and they were like, well, I just don't understand the Doctor Who thing and the robot. And she was not happy about the Daleks, apparently. The Daleks, she was mad. Like, I didn't bring up the Daleks. I think we were talking about something like we were booking a flight for her, and I was like, well, the perfect world, I just have a TARDIS, so I would never book a flight. And she laughed. She said, my daughter loves Doctor Who, but I just can't get into it because that stupid robot and the robots and all this stuff. And it's like, wow, really? The robot? That's the thing that bothers you? Like, of all the things that could bother you about Doctor Who, the Daleks are the things that bother you the most. Okay. But I just, of course, I let her have her moment because she's on the phone. She's a card carrier. She's a customer. So I can't, really get into all that with her. But I was just like, okay, well, I understand that. That's why fandoms are different. Everybody's got their fandoms. Everybody's got their things they love. And that's the important part. So, all right. I did not realize how late it was already, and how much I've got done. But we're gonna do a little bit more work here. I am going. Let me scoot up a little bit on the Zoom fan there. I didn't know I was gonna be on here this long just to work on that one panel. So I don't know though if I want to cut this short or not. What I may do is I may cut this one short, go ahead and cut this live stream here. But then what I'll do is I'll come back with my video for Friday, and what I'll do is I will finish this. That's what I'm going to do. So thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it. I'm glad Pencil Ninja's getting some love tonight. And that's pretty cool and awesome. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and finish this particular page for my Friday video. And so that way y'all can see the rest of this page for the Friday video. So thank you guys so much for rocking with me on the channel. Thank you, more importantly, for supporting me while I was down, so to speak. And you guys rock. I don't care what anybody else tells you. And above all else, guys, as always, the thing I always want to with is be blessed and be a blessing to say, hey, outro heaven. I'm not sure how to say the name. I'm sorry. Just came in right at the end there, man. I was about to wrap it up. I appreciate that. I thank you so much, man. Thank you for the like. Heaven, listen, I'm about to head out on this one. But as always, guys, be blessed to be a blessed. Kenshi? Is that how it works? Okay. Cool. Appreciate you telling me that. I'm about to step out of the stream, but thank you guys so much for rocking with me. No problem, man. No problem. Thank you for the compliment. Listen, y'all be good. Above all else, be blessed and be a blessing, guys. We will come back on the Friday video. You'll see the finished product of this page. Take care, guys.